Hey guys, it's the Melbourne 5, and welcome to the final bonus episode of Kirby Star Allies. Last time, we finished off Heroes in Another Dimension by clearing Dimension 4 and the final dimension, where we freed Highness from the darkness in his heart and recruited the three Mage sisters as dream friends. And this time, as I said before, there's only one thing left to do. But first, sub-games! First up we have what I consider the faster of the two, Star Slam Heroes! Emergency! A meteor is coming! Smack it back into space with your bat! Use the direction bat or control stick to fill your power gauge. Try to fill the gauge as high as you can. When the meteor arrives, swing the Joy-Con to the right. This is completely different controls with... Okay, they only give you the controls when you're just using the Joy-Con, not when you're actually using the Pro Controller like I am. Yeah, button control. There are 3 levels, as typically is the case in sub-games in Kirby, so you gotta try and get the meter to as high as you can, and get the circle as close as you frickin' can as well. And then you just see how many frickin' light years you knock the meteor back, as it destroys other unfortunate planets in the process. And I won. And I was actually okay there. When it gets stuck on one planet, that means that's the last one for the first place person. Although I commend Blue for getting 690 light years. Now you can play Country Crisis and World Crisis. So yeah, I'm probably gonna show all the difficulties for these modes, but they're pretty much exactly the same. They're just obviously, you know, harder. And this one also has 2. I cocked that up really badly. Great! Yeah, I'm not winning this one. What? How did I still win that? I've done way better on these higher difficulties before by getting the meter like at exactly the top. And then one more time with the World Crisis. Okay, why am I doing so bad at this? If I actually win this one, I'll be fucking impressed. Okay, at least I didn't get 3rd or 4th. Yeah, I didn't win that one. But if you thought that I was having a bit too easy of a time with that mode, the other sub-game on the title screen I really suck at. That is Chimps. For this mode, chop your tree as much as you can before time runs out, swing the Joy-Con or just press the frickin' A button if you're using the Pro Controller. Watch out for caterpillars and Gordos. Use the control stick to dodge quickly. Gordos fly to other trees. Chop down your tree as much as possible to build a log house. So this is basically just a timing minigame, I guess is the simplest way. You just gotta try and chop as much wood as you freaking can, or chop down the entire tree, whichever applies really, while also obviously dodging out of the way to avoid the caterpillars. It's easier said than done though. Because a lot of the time, things can just go so fast, and you might be moving at such a fast speed that you might not even realize, well, that you might end up pressing the A button and getting hit before you even intend to. I don't remember this going so slow, but that might just be because this is the first one, because I know at least the 3rd one, it goes really frickin' fast. Oh yeah, didn't really have much difference. There's some weird slowdown as well, actually, when they compare the results. Now you got the Chief and Champion stages, which I'm expecting to fail at miserably. Fuck, I already messed up at the very beginning. At least the AI... Damn it! At least the AI kind of messes up more as well. There, at least when the bunch of them appear on the same side and I can just chop away freely, it's much simpler. There. There. Who won? Oh, well, I wasn't even freaking close to the first place person! And then for the champion difficulty, oh boy. I remember I was restarting this one for ages the first time I played this mode. Like, this is what I mean when it gets really fucking fast. Shit. There. Okay, there's a bunch of them in the same... Wow! What the fuck?! Of course I cocked it up at the very frickin' end. I got last on that one. Even when I was getting really lucky when all of them were on the same fucking side! Anyway, yeah, not really a big fan of that mode. I swear there's times where it just feels the hitbox on the caterpillars just feels kind of weird. Like at times where I don't press the A button, but it still seems to think I have. But, before we get into that one last thing, obviously, one other note to make. So like I keep repeating, we now have the three Mage sisters as dream friends, so let me give you like a little bit of a brief explanation over them.
Three Mage Sisters!
They work very similarly to Pokemon Trainer in Smash Bros. You start off with Franziska, and by pressing down B, you switch over to Flamberge, and then pressing down B with Flamberge, you switch over to Zam Partizan, and it loops back around in that order. And that's really the only thing I really need to add, because all their attacks are basically just their attacks from their boss fights. It actually feels like you're playing as a boss, which is actually kind of the thing I really like about actually like using them. Because it's not like not really so much one of those things where it's like the boss when I fight him, the boss when I unlock him as a playable character sort of thing. They still feel like almost one for one the same strength that they did in their boss fights. It's just now all three of them together with one at a time in playable character form as Franziska gets defeated by trees when she's the axe user. Of course, they also get their own guest star mode, From Prayers to Hope. With their title screen obviously just being based on the box art for this game, but with all the enemies in the back just being jammer jabs. Now, for real, there is only one thing left to do. The final bonus mode. The ultimate choice. This is this game's equivalent of the arena, being that it is the boss rush mode. Go for a high score as you take on a series of bosses. After you select a character, you'll choose which friends will help you. This will be your team for the whole run. Try this challenge on any difficulty level. The harder the level, the better your score. Push yourself and aim for victory. Yep, you fight every single boss in the game, including mini-bosses, with the one exception being Grand Mam, because the game just doesn't like her. And on the higher difficulty levels, the bosses will be replaced with the harder version. So, on lower difficulties, you'd fight Wispy Woods, but on higher ones, you fight Iggy Woods instead. Now, normally, you would have to play through this mode several times in order to reach the higher difficulty levels, but for me... You fool! I have 70 alternative accounts! Yeah, I'm just gonna go on my main file and do it from here. Just cut out the middleman and go straight for it. Oh, I have been dreading this. So, once you select it, I'm obviously gonna be only doing this by myself, although I can have computer players. Now, obviously, because of the way you unlock the three Mage Sisters, we never really got a chance to really see them in action. Oh, it doesn't scroll around. Until now! This is where I'm going to be using them, because I find them actually pretty helpful for this. So, for the team I'm going to use, though, this is not my idea. This is a team that I've seen someone else use with Kirby for this mode, and I find it to be a pretty effective team for this anyway, so which is why I'm going for it. The rest of the team will consist of Marks and Magolor, both of them specifically because their black hole attacks do a lot of damage, and thus can do a lot of damage to the bosses, and in Magolor's case he also has his Ultra Sword, which is very helpful. And the last member is going to be Kawasaki, because he can heal us. Now, as for the difficulty, it's very similar to the difficulty select in Kid Icarus Uprising and in Smash Bros. Classic mode from Smash 4 onwards, where you have all these difficulties. So, I believe you can only go up to Spicy Adventure the very first time, and then I think you can only go up to, like, Fiery Showdown the second time. And then, once you do that, you can reach Soul Melter, in which Kirby's face turns into this evil face that actually is another reference to the anime. In fact, it's the same episode that Buff Dedede is from. However, that still isn't the end of it, because in the third major update, upon beating a Soul Melter difficulty, and after you have completed Heroes in Another Dimension, you get a special command input that you see over there. If you hold up, A, and press minus, you unlock
Soul Melter EX.
An even harder difficulty where even Kirby has just completely lost his soul. And that's exactly what's gonna happen to me, because this is the difficulty I'm going to do. It's the true Mega Final Ultra Omega Battle. No regrets. Make the ultimate choice with Soul Melter EX. Good luck! You'll need it. For your rest area between these fights, you get this small area here that will spawn in the treasure chest after each fight. And your health recovery. All you get is 2 small tomatoes, 2 medicine, as I call it, and 2 maximum tomatoes. That's it for the whole frickin' run. Now, the reason why Soul Melter EX is so frickin' difficult is because you fight the parallel bosses at this difficulty, and of course, they're already hard enough as is on their own, and now you gotta fight a whole bunch of them in a row. Now, the thing with the Free Mage Sisters as well is that you can also use their super attacks. In Franziska's case, it is the water gun. Now, of course, it would seem more logical to use Flamberge for this, because, you know, the elemental advantage, but I want to use Franziska for this because I have a strategy with her for this fight that I think works really well. Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay. Then... yes, okay, once we get to this part, I like to spam her up and down attack like this, because when he drops the apples, they will get frozen and turned into icy projectiles that will then get launched into him to deal extra damage, which is really fucking nice. And there, he goes down really freaking fast because of that. And yeah, also, as you saw there, Kawasaki can use Supper Party for this, which is also another reason why I wanted him for this, because he can potentially just destroy bosses with that as well, like he did with Goldon and Silvox. Next up is our first mini-boss rush. In these, you fight 3 mini-bosses in a row. The last one is a twin mini-boss, so there's 2 at the same time, and they also throw in a couple of regular enemies. I switched to Flamberge for this because I knew the first opponent was going to be Mr. Frosty. And they also throw in a couple of Floaty the Cell cores as well. Anyway, let's finish him off, and now I am going to switch over to Zam Partizan. Yes, there. So, Zam Partizan is the one I end up using the most for this mode, and that is because of this attack here. Just spam your lightning bolt attack near the top of the screen and you avoid most bosses' attacks. Not all of them, unfortunately, but most of the bosses. And yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing for like 98% of this mode, just because it's the only way I can reliably get near to the freaking end. Because I'll just say this right here, I have never ever beaten Soul Melter EX before. The farthest I've ever got is the final phase of the final boss with a quarter health remaining. That's it. Never any closer than that. But anyway, switch to Franziska for gold on Silvox here because I like to use her axe attack for them too, since she can potentially hit both of them at the same time, which is very nice. And let's see if I can hit them a bit when they're down. Yep. And also when they create the big pillar in the middle, the same rules apply. Let's see which way they're going to come from. Okay, this way. And they're both coming here. I should also mention, actually, with the free mage sisters using their super attacks, they do get invincibility frames out of it, so you can also use that to avoid bosses' really devastating attacks at times. Which is very... I did not mean to switch there. Sometimes I can accidentally switch when I don't mean to. There. Magalore just shot him in the ass. Next up, in one of the fights I dread the most of all this, Parallel Twin Krakow and Parallel Big Krakow. I like using Zam Partizan for this because she can take advantage of their elemental weakness to electricity when they're using the rain attack in the first phase, and she can also keep up with the wind in the second phase with that annoying fucking wind attack that I hate so much. Because yeah, something else to mention is that Franziska and Flamberge have a really freaking slow movement speed for some reason, but Zam Partizan's movement speed is actually decently fast. There. Already dead. Bring back Magalore as we're going through this cutscene. And then, as Parallel Big Krakow forms, get out the frickin' electric laser, which you're gonna point in the wrong fucking direction for some reason. Get in the air, because I know he's gonna do... Yeah, frickin' called it. Yes, use it at the right frickin' time, although he's on top of me now. There, and now I can keep up and stay close to him and use the lightning bolt to attack to give a little bit of extra damage to him during this part. There we go. There we go once again. Finish them off. And actually, I think that might have been the fastest I've finished them off so far. Next up, our second and last mini-boss rush. Oh, actually, wait a minute, I like using Zam Partizan for this one as well. I don't know why I switched there then. First up, we're going to fight Kawasaki, and we also get the Phantos as well. And also going to appear over here. Again, take care of them very easily. Now let's see, what is our Kawasaki going to bring to the table? Obviously not another supper party, but at least get healed back from this. And then we get Vividra, who's really easy to cheat with my strategy, actually. Like, especially so. And Magalore had the right idea, too. She went down really freaking fast there. And then lastly is one where my strategy doesn't work as well, Twin Bugsy, because they can potentially hit me at the freaking top of the screen. Go! There, poke him in the ass to finish him off. And bring back Kawasaki. It doesn't matter if they're dead at the end of the fight, even if they disappear, because they'll just come back with half health anyway. Okay, and anyway, free mage sisters next. Trust nobody. Not even yourself. I'm gonna have a mirror match thing here, partially because, with ice I can freeze Franziska's water gun. And then, again, preparation to start, and then get the hell out of the way with the axe attack when it comes towards me. And, whoa! You can actually neutralize it with fire! I didn't know that! And I've never seen that happen out of all my attempts at trying to record this goddamn episode so far! Anyway, switch over to Franziska's attack in the air, which uses the icicles. You have to press down in B for this one when you're in the air, as opposed to up and B with the other two. Don't know why. Okay. Fuck me. Here, okay. Gonna guess the water gun at this point? Nope. Okay. There. You are dead. And you can see right there, Marks is back with half health. Next up, Flamberge, of course, another mirror match. As we very slowly make our way to the door. A lot of this is also just going to involve Flamberge's air attack, which is the fire swords to create the fire pillars. Something I should mention that a legit flaw in my strategy is that when you do spam the same move repeatedly, it does start to do a little less damage over time. But with how much damage I can potentially rack up with this anyway, even with the damage increase, I still feel it's kind of worth it. Okay, she seems to avoid using the flame cannon attack here for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, but I decided to use it. But, yeah, the Free Mage sisters also use their, Heroes of Another Dimension colors. I don't know why. They just do. It's not because I'm playing as them either. It's just that, regardless, at Soul Mother EX. And next up, of course, is Zam Partizan. And this is actually be kind of a, just an opportunity to actually let you, listen to her theme, because I never had the chance to let you listen to it before, because the fight usually ended up ending really quickly. Next up, Parallel Meta Knight. Oh god. Normally on the lower difficulties you would fight Meta Knight and DDD way earlier, but because this is the parallel versions, you fight them later on, because they're much, much harder. Now, the Free Mage sisters do have one other attack that I have not gone over yet, and the reason why is because I've been saving it for this fight, because it's especially helpful here. However, only when he has the clones out, so, I'm gonna be saving it for that. Yeah, just kind of messed with my strategy a bit there with that one attack where he jumps in the air and spins the sword around. But anyway, if you hold down and B, and I'm gonna wait to unleash this once this cutscene ends, and we go back to gameplay. The Free Mage sisters have their own friend circle attack similar to Highness's, and it acts as a really powerful screen nuke that does a ton of damage to all enemies on screen. And in the case of Parallel Meta Knights, it does a ton of damage to each of his clones that all rack up on one health bar, which makes them pathetically easy. Next up, Parallel DDD. I don't really feel as tense about this fight compared to some of the other ones when using my Zam Partizan strategy, but just be forewarned that a lot of his jumps, and when he throws Gordos in the second phase when he gets buff, that can reach the very top of the screen, which, you know, again, messes with my strategy a bit. Anyway, we also get like an 8-bit remix of DDD's theme, however the beginning part kind of reminds me of the masked DDD version, actually. And let's see, what are you gonna get me here, Kawasaki? I would like some health back too. Where am I? Okay. Yep, now we get over to buff DD. Once we get down here, I'm gonna be, again, trying to stay at the top of the screen, but also try to be wary of where he might go like that, because that does go really fucking high. As well as obviously some of the Gordos is gonna throw too. Because that one goes pretty high, but there, that one there touches the very top of the screen. Now, for some reason, Parallel DDD seems to take more damage from the lightning bolts. I don't know why. He obviously does not have an elemental weakness to electricity. And again, I'm spamming the same attack over and over again, so he should be doing less damage just normally. Next up, Corrupt Highness. I'm more worried about this one because, in my previous attempts of doing this, I seem to find that at least with the Free Mage Sisters, I don't know if it's a hitbox thing or it's just something to do with Corrupt Highness specifically, but my strategy of hiding in the corner when he uses the friend circle attack doesn't seem to work, and that scares me. Anyway, we get straight to the unhooded bit. He also, at this bit, he seems to prefer going after my teammates rather than me with his attacks. I don't know why. Okay, yep, we're gonna get to the friend circle bit. I'm gonna see if I can try spamming the laser just to take advantage of the invincibility frames that I get when it's active. Even if it means going the wrong fucking way, I guess. Here we go. Oh, shit. There. And yeah, okay, very end. And then he's gonna get stunned, so I can take advantage of that and finish him off. Next is all three Free Mage Sisters. They even brought back this fight. So yeah, I'm gonna take the medicine to get myself back at full HP. And again, the friend circle attack is also very helpful for this, although unfortunately you don't do as much damage as compared to Parallel Meta Knight from what I've seen. The friend circle attack does also have a recharge. Unfortunately, you don't get a meter with it, but it should have recharged by now at least. You also would be the best decision to use the friend circle attack when you get to their second phase thing, where they all appear on screen at the same time to try and do their super attacks. Yes, send them straight over to that second phase, and again, wait till the cutscene's over, because they take less damage in cutscenes for some reason. Now, something I found the hard way on an earlier attempt is that if you get hit by one of their attacks, you end up getting knocked into the other in a continuous cycle, and it's really fucking devastating. So if I got hit by Flamberge there, I would have been knocked into Zam Partizan's laser, and then thus I would have been knocked into, shit, I didn't mean to switch! There. I was trying to use the laser. I've had that happen before, where I try using their super attack, but I end up accidentally switching instead, because I pressed the B button too soon. Okay. Like that food, unfortunately they're gonna hog it all to themselves as they're stuck down there. Oh, actually, wait a minute, I'm still near full health. What am I talking about? Then Zamporzen's gonna get out here, and it's gonna be Franziska trying to attack. And then Flamberge is trying to get in on the whole thing, too. There! Magalore finished him off. Now for the last two fights, this is where I most consistently end up fucking up, is the thing. So, penultimate fights, I can literally just take the small tomato and it'll be fine, but I think, you know what, I'll take the medicine anyway. I don't think you get your I don't think your score gets impacted by using health. And I just think if everybody's at full HP, it might as well be for the best.
Darkwing Disaster. Morpho Knights EX.
They even made a goddamn parallel Morpho Knights. Morpho Knight EX. Of course, is even harder than the original Morpho Knights, and we don't have stat boosts to cheese our way through this like we did the first time round. This time we do get to see a lot more of what the original Morpho Knight could do, like this attack here where he creates those weird ghastly faces. But oh god, when he gets to the giant swords, I fucking hate this so much. So when he tries to swing the swords, he creates a vortex to suck you into its attack range. But you also don't want to move too fast when trying to get out of it, otherwise you end up hitting the back of the damn sword. So, did I still get hit even though I was using the laser? Are you fucking serious right now? Oh, I hate this attack too. He uses a bug buzz here, and you gotta try and avoid it. It has a pretty sizable range too, and a lot of times it likes to appear right on fucking top of me. Okay, that. I'm gonna avoid that, because I think if you get hit by that, you get locked in this really powerful attack that does a shit ton of damage. And once you're in it, you can no longer escape. Okay, this attack as well. He creates splinter tornadoes similar to Parallel Meta Knight. You're gonna fly towards the camera, and you're gonna obviously dodge out of the way. There! Oh! Now to the final value. You get some cherries here, but it covers barely anything. But luckily I still have both Maximum Tomatoes here. And of course, we're gonna get into what Kirby games love to do with the final battles in their true arenas and such.
The true destroyer of worlds, Void Termina.
They even made a harder version of Void Termina. So, the true destroyer of worlds, Void Termina, uses a lot more shockwave attacks compared to the original, and oddly enough, he creates 4 of his 5 eyes at the same time, so you can divide your attacks between them. And I feel that actually helps to further exploit that thing I mentioned the first time around, where if you destroy one of the eyes when he's in the middle of using an attack that you really freaking hate, you can obviously just cancel out the attack by obviously dividing out the damage and then just taking out one of the ones that you've severely weakened in the middle of said attack. Although, yeah, for right now, he just loves to sort of pound the ground twice with those shockwaves that's somewhat homing on you, and obviously the shockwaves he gets when he just butt stomps the ground, where he can also create some that are in the air, so you gotta switch over your altitude to avoid getting hurt. Okay, that's one down. However, the one that still freaking bugs me the most is the one on his back. On one earlier attempt, it took me like 3 minutes of just trying to circle around him before I could even start hitting the one on his back. Yeah, that one's destroyed! Already did a bit of damage to the one on this arm. There, okay. Now, of course, on the back, and once those are destroyed, you can then finally hit the one on his head, which, of course, is still the last one. Oh, I can finally start hitting him. Great, yes! I had to circle around. At least it didn't take 3 minutes this time, but oh, great, now he's gone, because he frickin' turns around, like, instantly. Thank fucking God! I've been on this phase for like 10 minutes, and only now I've been able to fucking destroy the eye on his back. Because most of the time the fucking crosshair wouldn't even lock onto it in the first fucking place. Well, of course, when it comes to the swords, gives you the one that I've never had to deal with myself, so I had no idea what to fucking prepare for when I end up getting hit. Which is how it does fucking carry over in the inside of his body part. sake! Now, the inside part, it really isn't that much different from the original, really. The only different attack I've really ever seen is that you can create, like, a large, like, symbol that's, like, red with, like, a white background on it that moves slower, and I assume does more damage, but... Oh, there it is, right there. But, I don't know, I've never actually been hit by the damn thing. There, it's already over. Now, onto the flying bait. He's gonna do the same thing of creating 4 eyes at the same time, but his attacks get a lot crazier in this. So, of course, he's got the typical arrow one. He shoots 4 arrows, but it's pretty easy to freaking avoid the whole thing as well. Just, they stay behind even after the ones are gone! Okay. The main issue is when he comes to that attack where he shoots all the javelins from the sky. That's the main thing you gotta worry about right now, and I'm expecting to do it in a bit. Oh, there's one eye gone. Yep, he's going up into the sky. If that actually destroyed that eye, that would have been fucking hilarious. This time, all the javelins create shockwaves when they hit the ground. So now you gotta do some sort of Venn diagram platform here in order to escape them. The best method I've seen is just to try and back away from them so that they just disappear. And this once more. There, the one on his back's gone. This, but obviously, this is the time where I feel it's easier to hit the one on his back. Just keep moving one direction. Don't change the sides this time. That's the mistake I made before. One earlier attempt, I had him literally trap me in a corner with that attack. Oh my god, they're still fucking there? And okay, here comes the axe. When he slams the ground with the axe, of course, shockwave, and he hits it multiple times. Of course, you got ones that go in the air, too. Okay. The one on the other wing is the only one left, and that one's already been a bit damaged. There, okay, that one's gone. So now when we get to the last one, you remember the first time how he shot laser beams from his head? Well, now he goes even more overboard with the freaking laser beams this time. He creates multiple laser cannons, and this one's kind of fine, just as long as you obviously can easily tell which ways to move by just keeping your distance. This time you gotta keep moving in the same direction to avoid getting hit, but it sucks when you get stuck at the edge of the fucking arena! And this time he's gonna create a giant freaking laser! Switch sides, thank god. I was so scared there, because I knew I was heading straight towards the freaking edge. Okay, there. He has another attack that for some reason I've never seen him use when I'm trying to record this, but I have seen him use in my own time. I don't know why. Where it creates a ton of lasers that one you gotta jump over and then just dodge past. There! Now, of course, the final phase that I fucking hate so much!
Astral Birth. Void.
We have Void Termina's true and original form that Highness was trying to revive. Void. Come on. I want to use the laser. There. That helps significantly. No! Why the fuck wouldn't the water gun work? Okay. And now it's just back to Zamporzen I usually use for most of this, but... Oh, I fucking hate Void. Void has so many fucking annoying attacks that can just eat my dick. Let's see. This one I just guard. But it's a problem when you have to go in the air, though. And then I believe... Oh, nope. He's doing this instead. He also creates stomach acid, but this was something that the final boss for just regular Soul Melter, Void Soul, could do instead. There we go. Once again. Oh yes, Kawasaki! Of course, didn't really hit him that much, but it gets so much health back from that. I hate this attack, though. Oh, no, wait, this is not the attack I'm thinking of. I hate this attack, too, anyway. It's gonna fire a laser that bounces around the screen. Of course, I still end up getting hit by the Mage anyway. This one where he flies around the screen. That one usually spells the end for me in all my frickin' previous attempts. Yes! Yes! I finally did it! I finally beat Soul Melter EX! I don't care how long it took! Oh, this is like my, I think, 5th or 6th attempt at it for this episode. Fuck you, Void! Fuck you! Three Mage Sisters have finally achieved true redemption. 27 minutes, 52 seconds, and there's 69 in the score. That makes everything perfect. Celebration Picture Award. A dream button has been added to the select mode screen. It gives Kirby the look he had when he first debuted as a character. Yes, his Game Boy appearance, and my god, my throat is actually really sore from screaming right now. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Oh, I really need to end this fast, because I don't think I can talk for much longer right now. Oh. And yeah, I play this mode a lot with the Three Mage Sisters. Just saying, because I was actually kind of practicing for this the whole time. But there, I no longer have to do this anymore. No longer. Oh, I was only still at 98% on my main file. So with that, that is everything in Kirby Star Allies. Oh, so, once again, I hope you enjoyed this LP, and I'm sorry that the bonus episodes just end up taking so many months to do. Partially because I did also kind of put off a bit of recording this one just because I was so fucking nervous. But anyway, with that, I will now finally see you guys next time for my next Let's Play, and I know it won't be a very long one, and to some of you it may be a bit shocking.